Anthony Joshua has officially joined the Jake Paul vs. Gervonta Davis storyline, visiting Davis's training camp to offer guidance, motivation, and support as Tank prepares for his highly anticipated showdown. Anthony Joshua and Gervonta Davis didn't just train together, they also shared light sparring sessions. Joshua used his size and strength to pressure Davis, forcing him to rely heavily on his footwork and defensive guard. Though Davis's punches had little effect on the much larger Joshua, Tank's skill was evident, showcasing sharp movement, slick timing, and impressive counterpunching throughout their exchanges. For most of the sparring session, Gervonta Davis was forced to fight off the back foot as Anthony Joshua dominated the exchanges. From Calvin Ford's instructions ringside, it was clear this strategy mirrored how the actual fight might unfold. Although the sparring footage wasn't released publicly, Joshua later revealed he had previously prepared for Jake Paul before their fight was cancelled, meaning he already understood Paul's tendencies, power, and style inside the ring, making his insights valuable for Davis's preparation.
You know he's going to be definitely frustrated. You know he's slower. You know his arm reach not that much long. We just gotta wait and see until we get in there and test the waters. But I'm for sure that he decent and he gonna hold up for a couple rounds. But once it get hot in there,
The training footage revealed more than just a boxer at work. It showed a renewed Gervonta Davis, fueled with passion, intensity, and hunger unseen since his first fight with Lamont Roach. "This isn't just another fight or title defense," he declared. "This is the return of Gervonta Tank Davis." Tank's training routine has completely transformed. His days now start early with a morning jog and end with another run in the evening. Between those sessions, he follows a meticulously planned meal schedule designed to give his body the perfect balance of nutrients for strength, endurance, and recovery.
For a very, very big moment. What is your normal day-to-day like at this time of a camp?
I'm also a night person. Like, I might go to sleep probably around like 3 to 4. Probably wake up probably like 11, get my run in, and then eat, probably lay back down, and then wake up probably like 6 or 7 and get my night workout in.
Damn, so you do.
For the first time in a long while, Gervonta Tank Davis has been deliberately focused on building muscle to boost his strength and punching power. The WBA lightweight champion admitted he was caught off guard when his power seemed less effective against Lamont Roach, motivating him to push harder this time. Tank knows that to defeat Jake Paul, he must improve in every area, physically, mentally, and technically. "I know I can beat him. I've done it in the gym with bigger guys before," he said confidently. "It's not about him, it's about me." "I just need to do everything better." His training sessions now revolve around that mindset, refining every detail to ensure total improvement. Tank can be seen working through intense punch routines with his padman, showcasing remarkable coordination, lightning speed, and pinpoint accuracy. The fluidity of his combinations almost looks choreographed, yet undeniably powerful. While some fans criticize him for cherry-picking opponents, Gervonta Davis's skill and strength speak for themselves. His newly released training footage serves as undeniable proof, reminding the boxing world just how sharp and dangerous he truly is.
I said, I don't want to say names, be a name dropper, but I seen that man stop 54. I should get some stock with Gervonta Davis for how much I helped that man up. He earned it. But I said,
But you the only one to be real about it. You the only one.
154 pounders. I don't want to say names, I'll be a name dropper. Over 16. But here's what I tell you. What you guys don't understand, I love Shakur. I know Shakur for a long time.
When discussing Gervonta Davis's power, many argue it could easily match that of a middleweight, given his incredible knockout ratio. Though Tank's reputation is built primarily on power, his training footage proves he has the technical skill to complement it. Critics often claim he tends to lose early rounds while studying his opponents, a risky habit against highly skilled fighters. Aware of this, Davis has fine-tuned his training to not only enhance power but also improve flexibility, strength, and endurance. One major change is his extended sparring routine. He now goes 15 rounds per partner, with each round lasting 5 full minutes. This demanding approach reflects his determination to sustain power, maintain focus, and sharpen timing deep into every fight. The goal behind Gervonta "Tank" Davis's new approach is to boost his endurance and overall athleticism. He's dedicating extra time to mastering his footwork, determined to move more fluidly against Jake Paul, a fighter known for staying in the pocket and picking his shots. Tank now spends long sessions shadowboxing, hitting the mitts, and working the heavy bag with renewed purpose. Despite previously hinting that he was nearing the end of his boxing journey, Davis now looks hungrier and more focused than ever. The training footage shows a solid, mentally sharp Tank, one who seems to have rediscovered his drive despite the frustration of a draw and the stain on his reputation. "This is definitely the most skillful opponent Tank has ever faced," the narrator admitted. Oddsmakers predict Davis will redeem himself and take care of business on November 14th, though many still see Jake Paul as a serious threat. For Tank, this fight means far more than victory. It's about legacy. If he's truly approaching the end of his career, he wants to walk away on the highest possible note. It now makes sense why Gervonta Davis trains the way he does. For someone with such devastating power, his cautious data-gathering approach in the early rounds seems unusual, but it's rooted in survival, shaped by his tough upbringing. Even after hinting at retirement and enduring a disappointing performance, Davis openly acknowledged his need for therapy. In a recent interview about his mental health, he admitted that his past has left deep scars and said he believes therapy could help him truly heal and find peace beyond the ring, both as a fighter and as a person. But before any talk of healing or retirement, Gervonta Davis is focused on handling business, starting with Lamont Roach. Davis recently posted an Instagram story showing himself training with a much larger sparring partner. The photo quickly spread across social media and landed on Jake Paul's feed. Unbothered, Paul reposted it to his own story, adding a calm, confident response.
That's a big He's swinging for the fist.
Jake Paul mocked Gervonta Davis after seeing his latest training post, writing, "Tank's sparring a guy with cankles. Buddy, bring in a real athlete." Paul's jab came after Davis shared a photo on Instagram of himself training with a much larger sparring partner, a picture that quickly spread across social media. Interestingly, Paul and Anthony Joshua were once set to face each other in 2026, but the fight was cancelled due to broadcasting restrictions. Joshua is signed exclusively to DAZN, while Paul is the face of Most Valuable Promotions, making the matchup impossible to stage. However, during a recent podcast, Paul reignited speculation by hinting at a possible future clash with the British heavyweight. Joshua, a former unified world champion with a record of 28 wins and 4 losses, would pose the toughest test of Paul's career, given Paul has mostly fought MMA fighters and unconventional boxers. Still, such a fight seems unlikely anytime soon. Joshua has been inactive since suffering a brutal knockout loss to Daniel Dubois at Wembley in September, and is currently sidelined with injuries. Promoter Eddie Hearn recently confirmed Joshua will need 8 weeks to recover, further stalling his return and any potential superfight plans.
Oh, that's good.
Frank Warren, who promotes Tyson Fury and Daniel Dubois, has downplayed concerns that Anthony Joshua will be left without major opportunities. Speaking to Sky Sports, Warren said, "We're making these fights happen. Most of the top heavyweights are with us now. That door's off its hinges. Joshua just needs to walk through it, and we'll make it." He also addressed Joshua's recent injury, adding, "There's no rush for him. He's earned the right to take his time. Whatever decision he makes, I'm sure his team will stand behind him fully and support his next move."
We know he's gonna be definitely frustrated. He's slower. His arm is not that much longer. We just gotta wait and see until we get in there and test the waters. But know for sure though that he's decent. He gonna hold up for a couple rounds. But once it get hot in there,
Queensberry Promotions, led by Frank Warren, currently features several top heavyweight contenders who could become the next generation of stars, including WBO interim champion Joseph Parker and WBC interim champion Agat Kabai. With Alexander Usyk hinting at retirement after his next 2 bouts, Anthony Joshua might eventually face one of Warren's rising heavyweights. However, at 35, Joshua himself has been linked to possible retirement, potentially marking the end of a remarkable era in British heavyweight boxing. While Warren refrained from giving his opinion on whether Joshua should step away, he emphasized that the former world champion has already achieved everything. That's entirely his choice, Warren concluded. He has nothing left to prove. He's been a tremendous servant to British boxing, a 2-time world champion who filled arenas and stayed at the top for years, Warren said. Joshua was still riding that wave of success until the Dubois fight. He came in with 3 solid wins, showed plenty of heart and determination, but after that rough start, he just couldn't recover his rhythm.